Hi, I'm Laura Loy, and I am in the cast of ZooZoo. There's a bunch of animals and creatures, and they play together in a bunch of funny scenes. In ZooZoo, there are no words, so the whole story is told through our bodies and how we move. And one of the fun challenges about that is actually telling a story that's clear for the audience to pick up. One of the cool things is there are very simple stories that we tell to each other all the time, just with the way we look at someone or the way we sit towards them, that give us clues about how other people are feeling. But this show kind of takes that and magnifies it so that that's the whole story. I love how magical this show is. It's super magical to just see the transformation of actors who look just like everyone in the audience into these creatures that don't always even look like there could be a human inside, the way that they move. It's really, really cool. I remember I first saw the show when I was in college, and seeing it and just being mesmerized because the characters were so interesting to watch, and the way that they moved, it just kept me guessing. And how in the world were they making these masks and costumes come alive like this? Yeah, I studied mask theater at Del Arte International School of Physical Theater. So I came in with a lot of commedia and neutral mask training, and also clown training, which is red-nosed clown is a form of mask theater. It's the smallest mask. These masks are very different, but also use a lot of the same skill set. So it's been really great to work with Jerry and Carol, who are masters of mask performance, and learn from them with these masks that they made, because they know just exactly how they move best. And so we really work to find the heart of the character through the masks. Sometimes it's a little intimidating because they were the first people to do these characters and they know them the best. But it's also really fun to just get insight into how you can make subtle changes to what you're doing and have something really sparkle. So when we're in the masks and we're rehearsing in mask, we can't see much at all. So we have to rely on the eyes of the directors to tell us what's happening around and help us find the characters. So it's a very collaborative process, because you bring your own thoughts about how this character would move, but you can't see how you're moving. You can't even see yourself. So you get a very kinesthetic sense of what you're doing, just of your own body, but then this outside input of what it looks like to everybody else, and then you kind of meld those together into what the final look of the character is and how they move. I really love the polar bears. The polar bears are really fun because they go out in the audience and people forget that there are people inside. So the audience treats us like actually a bunch of polar bears ran out into the audience. A funny story is, once this show was performing in Alaska, and normally kids love it when the polar bears go out in the audience, but the kids in Alaska actually knew about polar bears. And so when the polar bears went out in the audience in Alaska, the kids were terrified because they were so drawn into the play that they were imagining them as real But in Portland, people think of polar bears as really cute, and so they treat us like puppies. Because the masks they create a world that is impossible, which is really cool. That's what I love most about mask theater, is that you can do things with masks and puppets that aren't possible for people to do. Even the best Cirque du Soleil acrobat can't do the things I can do with a mask or a puppet. And so it's the only live performance where you can do things that defy gravity and scale and just play with our perceptions of how the world is. Because we just expect things to be CGI now in movies, because they don't even have real effects in movies anymore, so it's all like computers. And the thing that's really neat about this play is it's all real, because you can touch every piece of it. It's all handmade, and I think that in this day and age it's really refreshing to see magic coming from things that people made, physical objects, and like we have technology stuff in the show, but most of the magic comes from the performers and the masks. I actually think that the mask work we're doing is some of the most exciting art that's happening in the United States right now. Mask work is very popular in the world at large, and throughout the course of history has been maybe the biggest form of theater. But in the US right now, we're kind of trapped in a contemporary realism bubble. For me, it's really great to share something more that is, to me, more vibrant and more fun and pushes boundaries more than other kinds of theater. Like the first time I saw ZooZoo, I had never seen a mask performance show. I was, I think, 21, and it came through my university in New Hampshire, and I just couldn't believe that I'd never seen anything like this. It really changed my perception about theater and changed what I wanted to do. I just remember seeing the show and thinking to myself, oh my gosh, if I could do that, then I would be doing the thing. That would be amazing. So for me, this show is really important in that way, because it's my dream come true. Like quite literally. Me. I make the best ZooZoo performer. As a performer in this kind of theater, it's very physical, so we all have to be in really good shape. It takes a lot of upper arm strength to do a lot of this stuff. Like, I actually auditioned for this show several times before I got in, and in between not getting in and getting in, the main thing that changed is that I worked out a lot. So I got a lot stronger. I started doing more acrobatics, and we actually all bring different skills to the show. Me and Cation are both dancers, so we bring a lot of dance background to the show, and Mark is a musician, and so he brings a lot of that rhythm and timing into his work. And Kyle has been doing like every kind of performance with Jerry and Carol for so many years that he just really understands their style amazingly well. And he actually does some assistant directing and helping us figure out what's happening. So, because we've all been doing this show for a while, and actually over the past year we've been touring it all over the world, so it's pretty fresh in all our minds. So what we're really doing is going in and mostly just honing our craft and really looking at the characters and finding what's fresh and new about them for us right now. When Jerry and Carol come back to the piece, which they've been doing for 30 plus years, they're always looking for new fun things to change it up. So even if you've seen the show in the past, it won't be exactly the same show this year as it was any other year, which is really neat because it keeps living with whoever the performers are, but the magic stays the same. Well, I think ZooZoo is a tradition, and so people come because they remember the joy and the fun and the magic that they experienced other years, and they want to share it with other people. Last year during the run, this woman who was a grandmother came, and she said, I used to come and then I brought my kids, and now they're bringing their kids, and they had 3 generations with them there in the audience. And the cool part is that they're all getting something from it. This isn't a kids show, although kids love it. I actually think adults get the most out of it because kids are used to magic. Their whole lives can be magical because of their imaginations, but for adults, it's, I think, a really great absurdist time to just let go of all the other stresses in life and really just have fun and let your imagination go wild. Yeah, oh gosh, it's so funny to hear, especially really small children, because the thing that happens all the time that's really, really fun is that they try and talk to the characters as whatever animal the character is. So we have frogs, and when the frogs are on stage, the kids ribbit at us. And when we're the cats, they meow at us. And sometimes if we're polar bears, they like growl. The really funny one is the anteaters, because the young children don't know what an anteater is. We just look like some wild creature, and you could just see in their faces, they just have no idea what is this thing. So it's really funny to watch the adults laughing at these oddly humanistic anteaters, and the kids being like, what are those monsters? Yeah, we did a photo shoot just downtown at the Spencer Hotel. They've taken pictures of people and groups that exemplify Portland and what we're about. And one of the things they picked was the frogs from Frogs. They're also in ZooZoo. And so each floor, when you look down, the hallway has at the end, it looks like the famous person or group of people is standing there. So we went over to the hotel with our frog costumes, and we did our frog stack in the hallway, and now guests at the hotel get to see us when they come out of the elevator, which I think must be very funny. I hope it scares people at night. Hi, I'm Laura. I'm in ZooZoo. You can't see me. I like to call ZooZoo the Portland Nutcracker. It's a holiday tradition, like the Nutcracker, but more Portland weird. I can't really think of a more fun way to spend an hour and a half. You should come see ZooZoo because I'm in it. That was for you, Mom. Hi, I'm Laura Loy, and I'm in the cast of ZooZoo. We're playing December 13th through January 5th here at Imago Theatre. It's gonna be a magical time, and you don't want to miss it. Get your tickets at ticketswest.com. Ooh. That's probably gobbledygook.